So I'm not an MPC guy, but I do have an MPC-1 that's been gathering dust for a while. I just didn't enjoy using it because of the cumbersome workflow. But now with version 3 of the firmware and with Native Instruments expansions and Play series that are available on the MPC platform, it's really a much better experience. Now, the main thing for me is that MPC has finally ditched the archaic structure where programs weren't bound to a certain track. It was really annoying when trying out different drum kits, and every new kit you loaded didn't replace the old one, but they all remained in the memory of your MPC, so you ended up with a lot of samples that you didn't use, which made the list of samples that were loaded into memory very crowded, and when saving your project, they were all copied to the directory where you saved the project. Unless you purged them before saving. But yeah, I'm glad that Akai have finally moved on from this, and now you load up a kit or a key group program and it replaces what was previously loaded onto that track, which is how pretty much every DAW works, and the MPC is just basically a DAW in a box. Oh, and also, please someone correct me if I'm wrong, but they've also streamlined the mixer. You used to have a MIDI mixer and an audio mixer, which was unnecessary, and I don't know what happened to the MIDI mixer. Maybe they removed it or it's still here somewhere, but now working with the mixer is much easier from what I remember from version 2 of the MPC firmware. And they also added this arranger, but I don't see myself arranging on this thing, to be honest. It makes no sense to me. When I have Ableton Live on the computer, an MPC can export your project in Ableton Live format. Something that I feel Native Instruments should definitely add to Machine, since obviously they don't intend to make it a full-blown DAW. Now, again, I'm not an expert on the MPC, and I don't intend to become one. It's just something to mess around with from time to time for the sake of novelty, and I don't intend to switch to MPC from my main tools, which are Ableton Live with Push, Ableton Move, and Machine, because there really isn't much of a benefit. The fact that it's standalone, unlike my Machine MK3 and Push 2, doesn't really make much of a difference to me, as I actually like computers. They are awesome. But I did manage to make some beats with MPC3 without watching any videos explaining how it works. I had some previous experience with the MPC2 firmware, and it was really intuitive for me to figure out how stuff works on MPC3, so that's pretty cool, and well done Akai for making it so user-friendly. Oh, by the way, shout out to Native Instruments for providing me with all their MPC versions of their products free of charge. Really appreciate having these great sounds on the MPC. One thing I noticed was that with the expansions, I couldn't find the individual samples that the kits are made of. Maybe I'm missing something, or maybe that's why these products are cheaper on the MPC as opposed to getting the original versions, because the samples are hidden or something. I don't know. Now, one thing I noticed was that MPC felt a bit sluggish at times. Now, not sure if it was snappier with version 2, I don't quite remember because I hadn't used it for a while. But for example, with the XY effects, they were very hard to use with good timing, as there was a noticeable latency when touching the screen to activate them. Also, some projects took super long to load. Is it because of the NI products being too heavy? I don't know. But at least I didn't get any stutters or dropouts or crashes. It all works pretty fine. It's stable. Anyways, beat making time. So for the drums, I used a kit from the Faded Reels expansion. I turned off timing correct, so I didn't use any quantization or swing. For all the other sounds, I used the Play series instrument Homage, which was made by MSX Audio, and to be fair, I hadn't used Homage too much on my computer because I just have so many sounds on it, and it got lost in my crowded browser, whether I'm using Machine or Complete Control or Kontakt, so that's one problem with having too many sounds. But here on the MPC, I really don't have any of Akai's premium expansions or plugins, so I can actually appreciate this small selection of NI sounds, and play series like Homage and Sway are awesome, and I'm now rediscovering them, even though I think I made videos with them when they were released on desktop, but I kind of forgot about them, to be honest. Now at this point, I liked where the track was going, but the chords sounded a bit basic. So I did my favorite thing, but you've seen me do many times. I recorded a rhythmic low-pass filter sweep on the synth that's playing the chords. And then I added these subtle mallet melodies. Then I went on to record some leads. I did use MPC's retrospective record, which is really nice to have. However, it doesn't work as well as Ableton Live's capture feature, as it only captures a MIDI recording that's the same length as your sequence. And there's no independent track length or pattern length or auto-growing patterns that extend automatically as you play, which is something that I definitely miss from using Live and Machine. And again, if I'm wrong about this and I'm missing something, please let me know down in a comment. So here is the main lead part that I recorded for this one. Alright guys, if you want to support the channel, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, check out my packs from the link down in the video description. I will catch you later.